Welcome everybody, my name is MrLlamaSC and today I am bringing you a long stream. We are going to have a lot of fun today as we are doing a huge Making Improvements stick series here. This is going to be episodes 7, 8, and 9 I believe. I think those are the 3 episodes. We're going to have gold, platinum, and diamond players in this, and it's going to be long with a lot of replays simply because I have been working late these past couple days. So in this game we are going to be following Hobo in Hobo vs. Roshock, and Hobo is spawning as the blue Zerg down in the bottom left corner here. So already, let's see right off the bat. Nope, he's got his Overlord there. I thought he missed the Overlord. So everything good so far. Hobo is a gold player. I will be running through 2 gold replays, followed by 4 platinum replays, and then a diamond replay. And that should cover plenty of time. And feel free to submit your replays to me just over and over again. If you want, I mean, it's one per week, but you can just, every week you can send in a new one, whatever it is. I'm always looking for replays because, hey, I burned through what? Let's see. I'm going through 6 leagues of 3. I'm burning through 18 replays a week, and that's a decent amount right there. So definitely feel free to just continue sending them in to me and continue to learn things. And you know what, if I give you some goals one week, go practice those goals. The next time you can show me those goals, and then you can be like, look, I did it. And I can be like, alright, what about next? And so then you can be like, okay, well, here's the goals that I need to work on now. And I know not every goal takes a week to learn. Some things can take a lot longer, some things can just be shorter, like just finding a gas timing and a build order. So it definitely will vary, but nothing too crazy. So right here, so far, Hobo playing pretty straight up. Since it's Gold League, I'm gonna stick away from saying, get that scouting drone out there as it's necessary, because I still feel like in Gold League, getting the scout isn't going to be that make or break thing. It's not a lot of players at this league. I don't want you to spend too much time looking at that scout, and it's definitely something that players in Gold League will do. Is they'll send that drone out, and then they'll just spend all their time moving around with that drone, and they'll just die in their macro so hard. So right now, something to note: you should be getting an Overlord out here, and you made another drone that's going to supply block you a little bit when you do have these queens popping out a little bit later. So that's just something to think about when you throw down your pool. Generally, you'll drone like 1 past it. So if I throw down a 15 pool, I'll go down to 14 supply because that cost a drone. Then I can go up to 15, and then like 16, and then I'm going to want to get an Overlord, either at 15 or 16 depending. So those are big things. Alright, right here, I'm going to pause right now. The second that you see this going up, and this is going to be a little bit defending cheese as well. As you can see, he is going for Reapers, but we don't know this. So right now, just as Hobo, what do we see? We see, hey, a guy is building a bunker. What do I need to do? I have this hatchery up already, so pretend as if I'm transferring drones. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 9 drones. I could grab 8 or 9 drones and just send them down there to attack this SCV, right? So you take 4. I would say be more generous with that, because if all of a sudden some Marines start funneling in here, you got 1 Marine and then another one kind of on his way, and some more SCVs start piling in, which you don't know because you haven't scouted, then all of a sudden you're going to be in a lot more trouble. And I like your reaction here to get down there and start going after the SCVs and stuff. Very good. But yeah, definitely be careful, because players will also notice you're going to be supply blocked here. Your drones will, and I wouldn't have chased that SCV too far. You just want to chase them far enough away from that bunker so you can just pick off the bunker. And like here, you're just losing free drones. Now you have your queen up, it doesn't matter, right? So the time that it would take for this SCV to build a bunker didn't matter. And I actually want to go back. I rarely do this. I rarely jump back in the game. But I want to jump back in this because I feel this is so important for you. So right now, you don't have to chase this SCV. Just start focusing down this right here. Focus down this bunker. That's all you need to do right now, okay? Kill off this bunker, and then you can run your drones back as soon as this is killed or canceled, whatever it happens. So you kill it. Oh, you kill it. Well, that's nice. Run your drones back, and they can be mining minerals now, and it's fine. His SCV tries to push up and build a bunker here. I don't care. I have a queen, which is going to beat this Reaper one-on-one and can kill off this SCV anytime soon. So, as you can see, already, not going to get it, but you can still kill that off. And I mean, you're doing exceptionally well. Little late, see, missing these injects right here. This is the thing when you're doing all that micro stuff, you have to remember, hey, I got to inject. I got to do things like that, and that's not where you want to be. Also, something to note right now is you're making a lot of Zerglings, and kind of unnecessarily. First off, you don't have Zergling speed, so for at least 2 minutes right now, you're not going to have any speed, and these lings are just wasted larvae that could be drones. Queens are going to be all of the protection you need against those Reapers right now. You could even throw down a Spine Crawler here if you were really worried. So let's say you throw down a Spine Crawler instead of getting out 12 lings. Well, now all of a sudden you have 12 or 6 more drones that you can add on. And I mean, yes, he is going to run up there, and I mean, smart with the lings over there. So I guess you could make a couple lings, but I would even just say you could camp your queen out right there. You could throw down that Spine Crawler at the front, and then you could camp a couple queens right up here, and that would save you all those larvae, right? Those are just going to be really, really big for you. So while you are playing smart in the sense of defending properly and stuff, it could still be better, right? Just because, hey, those Reapers did no damage to me whatsoever. I killed them off. I lost a couple Zerglings. I played that perfectly. Not quite, because you still had to make all of those lings when you could have had queens over there to deal with those more effectively. You could have simply just started another couple queens. So right now we see that your money's getting a little high, and once again supply blocked. That has definitely been something that you have been hitting here, and it's taking you a while every time you're getting supply block to get that Overlord. So not only should you be getting out an Overlord even faster than you already are, but you should be getting the Overlords at least when you hear supply blocks, or when you suddenly see you're at 51 at 52. Like, even if you miss it, you should still be able to get that up, and that right there, I mean, you're already 15, 20 seconds late on each of your Overlords, which is so huge. So a nice little Overlord scout right there. Careful sending these Overlords straight across the map like this. That's just asking to die, especially with these towers. If he has any vision, he'll just walk up and kill it. Let's see, getting your lair. Fine right there, a little oversaturated, but I'm not going to complain about that too much because you got a lot of drones, and that's good. Yeah, I mean, everything now is kind of, falling into place. It's doing good. You're definitely ahead in this game, I would say, if we check workers, 47 to 28. So that's huge. Your opponent doesn't have another base right here. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to watch out for, and I think you're going to have to be careful. There you go, getting out some lings right now. I think you're really going to have to be careful with what your opponent does if he goes for some sort of really big push right here. And once again, don't stack an Overlord to go in here. This is why you have Zerglings. Just sack a Zergling to run up. So that's interesting. Does he have another base behind this? And that's his third base? Yep, okay, so he's made 3 orbitals now. Okay, so that's cool. But yeah, so getting out an infestation pit, starting your +1. I mean, your macro's good right here. Could do with maybe a couple more drones now. There you go. So you're droning once you see this. I mean, honestly, it's going pretty well so far. I would definitely say you're gonna want to start kind of looking for drone transfers here once all these drones pop. There you go. So setting the rally points of all your hatches over there. Good. Creep spread isn't bad. You can keep that going, but not too shabby. And I'm just gonna have to see how exactly you lose this right here. So saving up a little bit of energy on those queens for sure. Also need to start a third queen over here. Queens are beautiful units, and the way you have to really think of it is what makes a queen so amazing is that a queen is like building another hatchery in StarCraft 1. So when you were playing StarCraft 1 and you wanted more larvae, you had to spend 300 minerals, get another hatchery, and that would give you, just the 3 additional right there. And, it's like, okay, but you had to throw down lots and lots of hatches, and that was a lot more to worry about, blah, blah, blah. Queens are like another hatchery because, hey, all you do is do inject larvae, and you get 4 more larvae every 30 seconds. So that's pretty good, right? In fact, that's really good. Is it 25 seconds? No, it's 30 seconds, I think. It should be 30. 40 seconds. Okay. But yeah, so that's pretty darn good. Now, something I definitely want you to note right here is notice his army is greater than your army, right? We realize this because we don't have... Do we have mailing speed on the way? No, we don't. That's going to be hurtful. And But yeah, so you made this infestation pit, but you haven't really used it how you're supposed to. So you're going to get some nice baneling hits off here anyways. And I mean, that's the beauty of gold, is you're not going to run into splitters like that. So that's definitely helpful, but you needed to have, as you can see, look here, you have a lot of money. Where's a macro hatch, right? So you're building up a lot of money. I think you had gotten supply blocked again right in there. So throw down that macro hatch right there. And that'll give you, I mean, just look at how fast this money's climbing. Because look at your income, right? You're at 2,000. 77 drones, which is a great number, great number. But, I mean, it's super oversaturated over here. Not super, but it is oversaturated. It's undersaturated at your natural, and your main is oversaturated. So, really a strange piece of advice that I'm going to be giving, but because you are a, that's funny. You are a gold player, and I usually, for gold players, don't give crazy, complicated advice like this. Is he really going to wall that in? This supply depots? That's so annoying. Creative, but really annoying. Okay, so yeah. So what I'm going to suggest is proper drone. Why are these guys broed? You don't need them broed. Proper drone transferring, right? I want you to work on that because look at this, right? You want each mineral line to have 16 drones, and then once each one has 16 drones, then you want them to go up to 24 drones. Anything over 24 drones, right? So you have 4 drones right now that are adding 0 income additionally to your income, right? So they are adding nothing more because 24 is the optimal amount, or that's the total amount, that's the final amount. So the first 16 mine at full, and then the next 8 will mine at half. So that's just something that you need to think about. Great hive timing, by the way. I'd like to see more bases up, more macro hatches, definitely, as you have so much money here. But yeah. Also, what are these at? 2-1, okay. And ouch, okay, that hurts. So, good play. And no, you have all your army on one hotkey. That's painful. That's really hurtful. Transfuse. Oh, he's gonna pick up. Okay. Oh, he's just gonna move there. Got it. So, what was I saying? Right. So drone. You gotta have your drones split up better because, as you can see, you could have 16 right here, and then you could have way less here. And I mean, you actually lost a lot of drones. You put some in the gas, and then you lost a lot to those Reapers. So you haven't remade drones. See, you were at 77, now you're down to 61, right? And notice how your supply has been chilling at this 130 mark the entire game, right? I don't think you've gotten over really like 130, 135. And look at the money. The money just keeps going up and up and up, and that is not at all what we want. So while you're doing a good job with like burrow denying right here, you can see the drop. I mean, you had a good scout with your overlord, things like that. There's still the basic, and I mean, you've seen that scout, so you need to react to that a little faster. You've seen the basic things that are really killing you are things such as having your entire army on one hotkey isn't bad, but when you're trying to react to drops, you're going to have to select like half of those units to send them back, right? So when you drop here, now you're going to lose your third base probably, or your fourth base. There we go. So when you like send units down here to deal with this drop, and you're getting dropped up here, you don't want to send your entire force. You want to do like that, like send like that many, right? So you send all those down there to deal with it, and then you're going to have to pick up the rest and send them up here. So now all of a sudden, your opponent's getting back in this game. He's now taken a third, etc. And you were so far ahead in this game, but you've just sat back and let him get really far ahead. There's been no aggression. There's been no real great way of dealing with all these drops right here. All of these drones, once again, need to be transferred over. So you're getting to the point of moving into that Greater Spire Hive game, but you don't have anything to support going to Hive right now, which is a big thing, and you're going to lose that too. That stinks. Right, so you're making 16 Corruptors, right? But don't just continually fungal. There you go. Okay, that'll be fine. So you understand, like, the game pretty darn well. I will definitely give you that. But you're still just trying to work towards this late game stuff, which a lot of players do. And I mean, I'd be building my Broodlords right now if I were you. I'm not sure what you're waiting on here. But yeah, but it's just like there's just still these small things. It's hard to say practice reacting to drops, right? I mean, that's good reaction time right there and stuff. But your reaction to drops is so iffy in the sense of you send all of your units, right? So he's just going to keep doing all this like back and forth stuff and just murdering you with things like that. Also, did you drone transfer? Where did she drone transfer to? They're all chilling right there. Okay, so now you're sending all of your units once again. And he is just toying with you at this point. He is just going back and forth and toying with you. And he's just going to pick up and head home. And remember, you have all these corruptors in the middle of the field that could be doing something, by the way. So what you could have done right now, right? Let's pretend that the game has gone exactly how it has. You could have made, let's say, 8, 9, 10 corrupt. You could make 10 Broodlords right now, okay? And then you could also build some more corruptors with the extra that you have. So you can make 10 Broodlords right now, and you could have this much of your army chilling right here underneath. And you could just send your Broodlords over there with your infestors and that. Ooh, see, don't do this. This is scary. This is scary. This is something like, hey, I saw Stefano do it. But you know what's more important right now? Ah, it's so hard to see. You know what's more important than doing that, which did absolutely no damage? Keeping those infestors under your Broodlords. That would make your army 1,000 times stronger than it is. But your army is going to be really weak now because you didn't do that. So you could have moved out with these Broodlords like 5 minutes ago, right? And if you had moved out, just made those into Broodlords, and left that much of your army and just had like a little hit force on 2 of like 30 lings, 35 lings to send back and forth to all of your bases and defend, you could have pushed and put them in a terrible position. But instead you didn't. So right now you're lucky because I don't think he has Vikings. So you just want to rush in with your Broodlords, not with your entire army. Okay, I guess you get a decent shot on the tank, but still you could do that damage with the Broodlords, right? And what we want to have everything under our Broodlords. That's going to be huge for you. See, so now you have nothing under your Broodlords, and you already wasted all your infestors, all your lings, and all your banelings, so now you have to back off of this attack, which allows him to start making Vikings. Had you been able to continue with that attack because you just let the Broodlords do all the damage, you would have been in a much, much, much better position. So I'm going to give you your goals here, and I know that it's kind of a... you are one of the best gold players I have seen, but you still have to be able to get the little things done, and that's where you seem to be failing. So, little things number 1, I want you to start separating your hotkeys a little more. So don't just, these Broodlords aren't even hotkeyed, right? Have hotkeys. Just straight up have hotkeys, so you can pull things back and just have different things. Infestors on 2. I don't know if you had infestors on 2 before, but just things like that would be helpful. Yeah, I want you to have more hotkeys for your army. Man, he is just getting murdered by that. Corruptors. Need to fight Vikings off. Oof, that's not gonna be good. Okay, so yeah, but the biggest reason I want you to have these hotkeys is so you can deal with drops, things like this. Of course, also set more spine crawlers up in your bases anyways. Set spines like here, with a spore right there or something, and whatever. Like, set things up like that. You had 4,000 minerals, and instead of just setting those up, you were running back and forth with your entire army, and that was killing you. So that's going to be a big number 1. Number 2 is going to be drone management. I actually want you to focus on that because look, once again, we have extra drones here, and you've had nothing mining at this base. You had this base for a while, for a decent amount of time, and you never sent anything over to mine from it. So that would have definitely helped you in this game. If you could have just been mining from your natural better, and not, you were oversaturated in your main, you were oversaturated at your third, and you were undersaturated at your natural, that's going to help you. But see, the reason I'm hesitant on giving you that is because you had so many minerals there. Macro hatches would have been great for you, right? So you could have thrown down 2 macro hatches when you were at 2,000 minerals. Macro hatch here, take a 4th, take another macro hatch right here. Like, that would be so good. And then throw down spines and spores. Yeah. So I actually don't want the drone one to now be a goal of yours. I want you to wait on that one a tiny bit. First, I want you to be able to spend all the money that you are getting, throwing down more macro hatches, building your overlords on time, which is going to be another one, and so you can, and then just massing out on those units faster. Right. So we're gonna go ahead and go through the goals. And I know I've been like repeating them, but kind of offset. So I'm gonna. Goal number 1, I want you to not get supply blocked, because you were getting supply blocked too much in this game. And even when you're focused on little micro things like that, with the bunker and stuff, you just lost track of your supply, and you would just keep hitting that supply bump. And so that right there is something that you can improve on straight off the bat. Number 2 is going to be spending the money that you have, because you have great drone production. Once you get the supply thing worked out and stuff, you have great drone production, you had great macro in that sense, but you just were inefficient in throwing down macro hatches, getting out units to deal with things, finding ways to spend your money. You tried to find your ways to spend money by teching up too much. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with teching up, but it was like you were just like doing everything right with all the tech and stuff, but you weren't doing anything right with getting out the large army and putting pressure or anything like that. So number 2. And number 3, I'm going to actually make for you not wasting your units, and utilizing like the units that you have. Because what you did, you ran in with all those infestors, like in a little infestor thing, and tried to throw out infested Terrans, and that did absolutely nothing but lose all your infestors. If you have that infestor broodlord army, if you're lucky enough to get there, that's the strongest army right now in this matchup and pretty much in this game. So just move forward with those broodlords, and then anytime he moves, and keep your infestors right underneath on a separate hotkey, and anytime that he moves forward with his marines, just fungal, and you'll wreck the guy. Vikings, if he has a big ball, fungal all those, and that'll put you in a much better position. So those are going to be the 3 things that I want you to work on, and I'm going to move into game number 2.